Good morning. This is not my usual painting time, but I'm going to be busy this afternoon, and I didn't want to go a day without painting with you. So today I'm going to be painting dog rose and rose hips. Yesterday was flowering blackberries. So I already know for my rose hips that I'm going to be using Dragon Blood from Boulder Colors, and I haven't decided anything other than that. So I don't know my composition yet. I don't know how many flowers are going to be, anything like that. So I'm going to get started with my big pointed oval wash brush. I'm going to lay down some strokes for the dog rose, and for that I want it a very similar color to the white florals as yesterday, and then probably drop in a few little bits of pink. So for that, I'm gonna get some color on my palette. Very little color. Barely there. And this will probably end up dictating what the entire piece is going to look like. Okay. Go in with my Princeton Neptune and drop in some pink. The center is a beautiful yellow for that dogwood flower. Thank you, Shirley. So this will be my center. I'll come back and add a little bit of detail after that dries. Freddie, I don't know much about it. All right. I think I'll do maybe 2 more blooms. I'm going to switch to my smaller brush because I want them in profile view. I've been selling them. So this week I sold 2 paintings. I have an Etsy shop that's linked in my bio. Anything that you see of my paintings that you'd like, you can let me know. And if it's available, you can purchase it on my page. I'll make a listing only if you intend to buy it. And it's probably not 1 million, it's something like 1,000 paintings. I really like how delicate that one looks. I'm going to try and do the same thing with another one that's directed towards the bottom of the page. And then I'll fit in the rose hips in between. definitely grew up on Bob Ross, and I loved his paintings, yes. Although I don't paint many landscapes, when I do, it does feel like a nod to him. Seema, good morning. It's amazing to see you on. I'm painting some dog roses. I think I'm going to add the greenery and then do the rose hips once I have that in place. Good morning, McKenna. I know this is not my usual time, so I'm seeing some new faces. I'm going to go for a similar color scheme as yesterday. So here's yesterday's piece. I'm going to try and get the green to be a bit similar to that one. So that's Clover by Mrs. Hand Painted and a tiny bit of Undersea Green. Okay. Have I ever done a black flower with a little color in the middle? I've done a mostly black flower with some purple, but I don't know if it was in the middle. It sounds very pretty. As we get into fall, maybe I will do that with some darker colors. All right, a little bit of greenery there. Maybe one or two more leaves up here, and then I will find some places for the rose hips. It's going to be the tricky part. I don't think I've ever actually painted rose hips before. Maybe once or twice. It's definitely been a while. Right. Back to my Neptune 8, I think, for these rose hips. I'm going to add in a little dragon blood red after I lay down most of the placement of these. Give it some time to dry. Hi, Virginia. If it's an unfamiliar flower, I'll go off of a reference photo, but I've painted dog rose before, so I kind of know what they look like. So that is based off my imagination. I did have to look up the shape of that rose hip. I've seen it before, but I just wanted to refresh my memory. Almost all my paintings, I just paint intuitively. Hi, Ella. This is going to be a short live today. I'll be doing some work for school. So just a few little bits and bobs added to this one, and then I'll be done. Encouraging a little blending here. Okay, the rest of the greenery is just going to be some little curly cues, little cute additions, and then I'm going to be done with this. Mackenzie, I'm actually almost done. It was a very spontaneous live today and a very quick painting. I think these rose hips could use a little bit of definition here in some places. I know this is not exactly what it looks like, but just a few curls in places. I want it to feel a little bit like this one. I do want to go back and add some details around that center of the dogwood rose. Maybe a couple more little sweet leaves like that. And then a bit of detail here and here. Okay. Back to the center of the dogwood rose that we can see. Maybe a bit more orange in the center here. Just giving a little bit of depth. Kind of checking in that I've got the same style. I think that's pretty good. I might make these into some quick little leaves. Thank you, Nature Hippie. And then call this one done. It's funny that you should mention it. I was asked that yesterday. I've never painted with music on. I think it has to do with when I used to paint. So after work, after teaching all day, I think I just needed some quiet time. And so I didn't put anything on. All right. Really like the look of this one. Let me just follow this piece. Yeah. I love how delicate this one is. That's it for today. I won't be back at 4. Tomorrow I'll be back to that same schedule, 4 p.m. Eastern. Thanks for joining me as I painted this dog rose and rosehip painting. See you again soon. Have a great day.